The burden of the chosen. We have been chosen, and we have a particular burden that we must carry in order to, fulfill our obligations to the Most High. Church or assembly privileges, if they aren't improved, they will not secure men from the judgments of Elohim. So we have an obligation to always strive for the betterment of ourselves and the lifting up of the Most High's word. But let's get a script for that. Matthew chapter 11, verse 23. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. Basically, stating that Capernaum, which was an exalted city, the works that were being done there, if Sodom would have, turned away from its sin and transgression, it would still be on the planet. But it isn't, and I think we pretty much all know why. The higher the any are lifted up in means and mercies, the heavier will be their doom if they abuse them. Case in point, America, Babylon the Great. Right now, we've been held up, been given much power, but with much power comes much responsibility, and we don't seem to be living up to that responsibility, or I should say, America is not living up to that responsibility. America was chosen as an experiment. A constitution was established that was to ensure justice and domestic tranquility. But if you look around in the present day, has the country stood up to those ideals? I mean, almost every day you can find a story about injustice. You look around and you can see total chaos. But let's get a script for that. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 4. None calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. You can look around at the political process going on. Look around what's going on in the White House right now. You've got all kinds of accusations of corruption, being leveled at the highest office in the land. Okay, and then you've got the legislative branch, which is supposed to establish laws and oversee these laws. They see what's going on, but are not seeking justice, which begs the question: what's really going on? These are supposed to be checks and balances, but it seems more like it's let me just hold on to what I've got, and I don't want to rock the boat because I'm pretty secure in the position that I have. But the country, oh wow, I guess it is going down in flames, but as long as I got mine, that's not that is not equitable. It's not justice, and it's an abomination, and we're, as a society, going to have to pay because this society has been chosen, but it's a worldly kind of chosen. On the spiritual matter, it's a different story, and it shows that we can't look to this worldly system for answers to matters of the spirit. We have to look beyond the surface, beyond the miseducation, beyond the doctrines of man, because we are a different kind of chosen. We are chosen by the Most High. But let's get a scripture for that. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And see, being chosen means we have a responsibility. See, we can't be just like everyone else. We can't be like the heathen. We have to be the standard, the vanguard. We're supposed to be we're supposed to be those who are looked upon for the righteous walk. Let's get another scripture. Acts 13th chapter, 47 verse. For so hath the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light to the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. So, see, we're supposed to be that light that they're looking to. When they look at us, we're supposed to be a representation of the way that righteous people walk. So we have to keep that in remembrance. And even though we've fallen victim to the broken promises and the hypocrisy and of the enemy, the will of the Most High always prevails. So we can't forget that. It might not be in the time that we think it should be, but it's in His time, and His time is perfect. We don't know His ways. Let's get another scripture. Job chapter 17 verse 8. Upright men shall be astonished at this, which is to mean astonished, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. Joel chapter 3 verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of a place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. So basically the script will flip. Thus saith the Lord. People who are living right, they're going to start to stir up against the hypocrite, as you see happening in America. All of the so-called allies and some of these even small countries are coming up against America because America's showing all kinds of holes in their garments. So these things are being exposed. Their nakedness is being exposed. And what is this? Joel 3:7. Behold, I will raise them out of a place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. Okay, we've been sold, into this country for bondmen and bondwomen, and now the tide is starting to turn. You're starting to see a lot of the heathen wailing and talking about how things aren't the way they used to be. They want to make America great again, and all of the benefits and all of the advantages that they have are starting to slip away. That's their recompense coming back onto their head. So yeah, Most High, yeah, He said, I'm flipping the script. So we have to remember to remember His covenant, and remember the covenant He has with His people, and know that He always keeps His word. But we also must be accountable for our actions, and we have to seek His guidance. And that's the responsibility that's on us. The covenant works both ways. Okay, let's get another scripture. Ephesians, 2nd chapter, verse 8. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God. Verse 9. Not of works, lest any man should boast. So we can't get, big-headed. We have to stay humble, stay in remembrance of who we are, and strive to stay in the will of the Most High. And we want to, stay within His laws, statutes, and commandments. By the way, that word statutes in the King James Version, statute shows up 132 times. And there's a reason, that it's mentioned so much. And the importance of it can't be emphasized enough. The statutes should be in our mind like the way the country wants the Pledge of Allegiance, for us to remember. We get that from the time we start school all the way throughout our whole lifetime. We should be thinking of the Most High statutes that way. Okay, let's get another scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 16. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in His ways, and to keep His commandments and His statutes and His judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. So, in a nutshell, Israel, we've been chosen. So Let's go out and possess it. All right. This is, I just wanted this to be a little short. It's hard for me to call it a lesson because I don't think I'm a teacher, but I just wanted to bring the word out. So that is what I called to do. So I'll leave you with this. It's Isaiah chapter 51, verse 7. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revilings. With that, I bid you shalom.